Hey everyone, thanks for watching. So today's video is going to be all about holiday makeup releases and my reviews for them. I have quite a few products here to talk about, quite a few brands here to talk about. I'm going to be sharing swatches and my reviews, my thoughts on all of these holiday makeup releases. So if you are ready to get started, we need to go ahead and jump into it. Like I mentioned, I have a lot of releases to talk about. I actually wasn't sure if I should break this up into two separate videos or do one longer video. I took a poll on my Snapchat and the majority vote by quite a few actually at the end was to do one long video. Jumping into it, the first brand that I want to talk about is Sigma Beauty. Sigma released the Crème de Couture holiday collection. So one of the items in there is their eyeshadow palette. This is called the Crème de Couture Pressed Color Palette. So inside you do have a mirror with the palette, and then you have a bunch of very beautiful pastel shades. I did get this palette sent to me from Sigma Beauty. I am an affiliate with Sigma. I do also get sent PR from time to time from Sigma. I don't get sent everything from them, but I did receive their holiday collection, which I was very excited about because, to be honest, I'm not sure if I would have picked up this palette for myself because I'm not immediately drawn to these pastel looks. And I only have one other all pastel palette, and I felt like that was good enough for me for if I do want to, you know, create a more pastel look. But I will say that this is a really, really nice eyeshadow palette. The colors in here really quite surprised me because when I think of a pastel eyeshadow palette, I think very light and very soft shades, which, you know, most of them look that way in the pan, but they are actually incredibly pigmented. Like this purple is absolutely poppin'. That is what is on the outer part of my eye. I tried to do a mixture of the three palettes that I'm going to talk about in this video on my eyes, and that purple is what I have on the outer V of my eye. This blue is absolutely poppin'. You should be able to see in the swatches. This green is absolutely incredible as well. This is a really cool, like funky neon purple. It's absolutely beautiful. I have been very impressed with this palette. I have done at least one Instagram tutorial with this palette as well, so I will have any of my Instagram tutorials that I've done with these products that I'm talking about. I will also have them linked in the description box. But this is one really nice palette. If pastels are your thing and you like to create those kinds of looks, I would definitely suggest this one because I've been very pleasantly surprised with this. It is $39, so it definitely is a little bit pricier. I enjoy that you get a mirror. It's also nice and small and compact. If you do want to travel with it, it does make it easy to store, but I have been super impressed with this palette. The other items that they released are liquid lipsticks, which I was very excited about because I tend to prefer a liquid lipstick. They have 4 that they released. I do have 2 of them in my holiday giveaway that's going on now, and I kept these 2 for myself. The shades that I kept are in Nude Mauve, which is described as a nude mauve. Bit of a play on words there. And then this other one is a Foxglove, which is described as a bright blackberry. I tried this one out in a trying new makeup video and I immediately fell for it, and then I also wore it in cult favorite makeup products that I do not own. I have that lipstick on again because I've actually been really loving it. I would have thought that I would gravitate more towards the Nude Mauve, but for some reason this bright pink has just been calling for me lately. I've been wearing this one so much. The liquid lipsticks are $15. I would recommend these as well. I found them to be incredibly long lasting, which I thought was fantastic. I also like the way that they feel on the lips. I don't like super drying liquid lipsticks. I mean, really, who does? They make your lips feel uncomfortable, and these ones are not super drying, but I will say when you apply it, it's almost like it's a drier formula because it dries very quickly on the lips. You do have to work quickly because, of course, liquid lipsticks dry down completely, but these dry down really, really fast. So I suggest doing 2 coats on the bottom lip and then 2 coats on the top lip. Don't do top then bottom, because it's probably already gonna be dry and like hard to move around and reapply. But I thought the lasting power was really good. They do feel comfortable on the lips. I love these 2 shades in particular. I'm really happy with both. So next up, I have a set here from Tatcha, and I'm actually a little confused because as I pulled up the Sephora website and tried to click on it, it said they no longer have this product. You can still see it on the Sephora page, but when you click on it, it says, sorry, we do not carry this product anymore. I don't know if that's an error because I thought this was the holiday set that Tatcha released. So I don't know if they already sold out of it, if it's going to be coming back. If it is back, I will link it down below. If it's not, I will just have these individually linked out. It's called the Tatcha Bestsellers Kit. It's $59 on the Sephora website. I actually got this sent to me from my friend Liv from Liv Loves Her Makeup. I will have her channel listed down below because she actually sent me another item that will be featured in this video too. I was so excited because I featured this in a holiday wishlist versus won't touch video. And I said that I wanted to get it, but I talked myself out of it because I was worried about falling in love with Tatcha products because they are a more expensive brand. And I'm here to say, Liv, why? Because I love the majority of these products, and now I'm like, oh no, you gone done it, girl. Now you really like Tatcha as well. But what came inside here was, this one is the Pure One Step Camilla Cleansing Oil. So this is what I use to take off my makeup at the end of the night. I do really enjoy this. I think it takes off everything. Liquid lipstick, glitter, my eyelash adhesive, it's taking it all off. The only kind of like downfall I noticed with this one is that I have to use a lot. I think it says something, yeah, it says massage 3 to 5 pumps onto dry face with dry hands for 10 seconds and then rinse away. I have to use like 8 pumps to make sure I'm getting everything off my face. But other than that, it takes everything off. This packaging is also super nice. Like, it's heavy, it's legit. This is a really, really good, if you love cleansing oils to take off your makeup, which is personally one of my favorite ways to do it, this is a really nice one. And another item that is in there, this is the classic rice enzyme powder. And then the instructions are mix with water to create a foam, massage on for 15 seconds, and then rinse. So it has a little topper here and you just kind of shake it out into your hand. It looks like a white powder. You mix it with water and then put it onto your face. I just leave it sit for a few seconds, and it's really interesting because when I start to massage it onto my face, it's almost like it's a little chunky, a little gritty, and as you leave it there for a few seconds, it's like it melts into your skin. And then when I'm going to rinse it off, like, it's completely smooth on my face. It's pretty cool, actually. I kind of like it. I'm digging this one too. This one I'm not 100% if I would repurchase. Like, I would repurchase that cleansing oil for sure. This one I might have to think about a little bit, but so far I've really been enjoying it, and it just makes me feel really fancy when I use it. Bougie. Next up is probably my favorite product from this set, and oh, I'm just so glad this one's my favorite because it's super inexpensive. This is the Tatcha water cream. It's the water cream. Yeah. I've had this on my loves list for a very long time, but I've never been able to bite the bullet because it's a $68 cream. It's $68 for the full size. Liv, I thought we were friends. I thought we were friends, girl. Yeah, I really enjoy this. And it's funny because I know that Liv has actually said that she doesn't like this as because she doesn't feel like it's like moisturizing enough for her. I have pretty normal skin. Sometimes in the winter I can deal with a little bit of dryness, but even still right now I have pretty normal skin, so I don't really need like a big heavy duty moisturizer. And I can tell that this one is definitely lighter. It does seem more water-based, which would make sense because it's called the water cream. But it's just a really lightweight moisturizer, but it feels so good on the skin. It almost feels a little bit on the cooling side to me as well. This one, I mean, I definitely see myself using this entire product, and I will probably want to repurchase, which is just fantastic because who doesn't want to fall in love with a $68 cream? Am I right? Am I right? Because I did. Last up in the set is one of the products that I feel like I've heard the most mentioned from Tatcha besides the water cream, and this is the Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. So this is something that you can spray onto your face before makeup, after makeup. I don't think it's necessarily like a setting spray for your makeup, but it definitely gives you a glow. To be honest, I don't necessarily really love this one. I've been trying it out quite a bit, but it's almost like it's just a little bit like too much for me, a little bit too on the dewy side. Now maybe in the winter I will like this to give some zhuzh to my skin when it gets super dry here in Iowa, but for right now it's almost like it's too much. I think out of everything in this set, this one is actually my least favorite, which surprised me because I know a lot of people really do love this one. I'll keep trying it, I'll keep using it, and I think in the winter I'll probably like it a little bit more. So next up I want to talk about a new release from Becca Cosmetics. This is the Apres Ski Glow Face Palette. I really enjoy this palette. First of all, the packaging is super cute, bit reflective, so a little hard for YouTube. And then inside you have 6 different shades and then such a boss mirror. I love the mirrors in the Becca palettes. They are always so good. So inside you have a variety of different products. You have a Rose Quartz, which is a highlight, Icicle, which is a highlight and a new highlight to Becca. And then the blush in here is called Winterberry. Then this one right here is called Blushed Copper, and it's also considered a blush. I use it as a highlight personally. This next one is Opal, which I love. I decluttered my Shattered Opal, my highlight declutter, and so very happy to have it back. And then the bronzer is called Bronzed Bondi. Bondi. Not really sure how you say it. So those are the 6 shades in here, and I have been having such a good time with this palette. It is a $54 palette. I purchased mine from Ulta when I had a 20% off coupon for prestige brands. I was like, yep, this is what I'm going for. I mentioned both this and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sugar Glow Kit in one of my holiday will I buy it type of videos, and I decided to go with the Becca one. I personally enjoy palettes that have a variety of different products in them. Like, I like that I'm getting a blush, a bronzer, and highlights in here versus the Anastasia, which was only the highlights. This one was more expensive at $54 versus $40, but I have no regrets right now purchasing this one. I'm absolutely in love with it, and I've been wearing it so much. I have the bronzer, the blush, and then also Rose Quartz, this highlight, all on my face today. I love every single shade in here. Every single one, and I love when that happens. The 2 that I was most concerned about was Icicle and then this blush Copper, because I was like, that is not going to be a blush on me. It's super shimmery. A lot of people were saying use it as a blush topper, and then Icicle is a stark white, you know, very pearlized highlight. I'm like, how is that going to look good on me? Mix the 2 together. Oh yeah, I love the way that the highlight looks when I mix those 2 together. I'm actually wearing the combo of the 2 in my holiday giveaway video, and I was getting asked so many questions. What highlight are you wearing? What highlight are you wearing? It was Icicle and Blushed Copper from this palette. I love the combination. Rose Quartz is turning into one of my favorite new highlighters. It's a beautiful pinky highlight. Opal has been a favorite for such a long time, and then both the blush and the bronzer I feel like complement my skin tone really, really well. Overall, I've been so happy with this palette. If you were considering getting it, I'm giving it an A+. I've been so happy with it. I love that I can utilize every single shade in there. This is a palette where no one is left behind. Very happy with this Becca palette. So next up, I want to talk about Nars. I received the Nars and Man Ray collection. Not the full collection, but I did receive quite a few products and a PR package from Nars, which I was completely shocked over. It was so, like, I opened that box and it was just completely full of makeup, and I was just like a kid on Christmas. I was so very excited. Huge thank you to Nars for sending me these products. I did not keep everything for myself. I could not keep that much makeup for myself. So I do have 2 different sets of lip products. I think it's 8 lip products in total, plus a gold clutch, all in my holiday giveaway if you are interested in checking that out. But I can review some of the products that I decided to keep. So first up, I got this set of lipsticks, and this set has confused me a little bit because I know that they came out with 2 different sets. I was watching other people open up their PR, and I got the nude set and other people got the red set. I can only find the red collection on the Sephora and Nars website. I'm not sure if that means the nudes are sold out. And then inside we have 4 different mini lipsticks in here, and these are the Audacious Lipsticks formula. So I will go through and insert swatches of each one. The one I'm wearing on my lips today actually is in Arden, which I really enjoy, and then this other one, which is in Jane. I was wearing this in my, was it my Morphe 3502 review video, I think it was. It's a really beautiful orange. And the other shade in here is Addie. I'm also listing them in the order that they are swatched on my arm when I insert those swatch photos. And then the last one in here is called Barbara. So these were all nudes. I was so excited to get the nude collection because I'm much more of a nude girl than I am a red. Like I said, I do have Arden on my lips today, and I quite enjoy it. I like this formula. I think it's very creamy. It glides on very easily. It's also pretty long lasting. The shine kind of goes away after a while, but the color will stick around on the lips for quite some time. So I was excited to try that out. So those are the 4 mini lipsticks in that formula. I do quite enjoy them. If reds are your thing, it could be a good thing to check out, but I was really happy to get the nudes. So 2 items that I didn't really end up loving are their velvet eyeliners. The shades are in Nagoya and then also Santiago, and these are $24 a piece. I do have Nagoya in my waterline today. It's a nice purple. This is definitely my favorite out of the 2, like if I had to pick. This one is just a little bit more vibrant and a little bit more pigmented, but Santiago, when I tried to use it, it just really did not show up on the waterline, and it really didn't even show up just kind of lining underneath my lower lash line, it really didn't show up very well at all. So for $24, I definitely would not be able to recommend these. There's a lot of other better eyeliners out there, both high-end and more affordable, so the eyeliners didn't really do it for me. They also released a couple different sets of the triangle collections, the triangle blush lipstick collections. So I got mine in these shades Impassioned and then Anna. So Impassioned is just a little mini blush. It's a really beautiful blush, actually. I will insert some swatches of these as well, but when I opened it up, I immediately was like, ooh, that's pretty, that's my shade. And it does have the little mirror on it. And then Anna is also one of the Audacious lipsticks, and it's a really beautiful mauve. I almost wore it today, but I decided to go more of a darker nude route, but it's a really beautiful mauve, and I do quite like that. These are $24, so this could be something if you are wanting to try out the blush or the Audacious lipsticks formula. You could get both of them and try them out, but I really enjoy both of these. So next up I have an eyeshadow duo, and this is in, oh boy, Montparnasse, not 100%. Probably not saying that right at all, but it is a little eyeshadow duo. You have a gold on one end and a purple on the other. This one also I did not love. These are $36, and I would not be able to recommend them for that price. The gold was okay. It did show up pretty well, and it looks nice on the inner part of the eye, but the purple in here actually really fell flat. You might even be able to tell from the swatch in here, and that was me like trying to build up the swatch. It just does not translate to the eyes very well. It looks really pretty in the pan. Purples are some of my favorite to wear, but this one very much lacked in pigment, I found, and so I would not be able to recommend this little set. And then I also do have a blush in here, and this one is called Fetishized. Another interesting name. This one is kind of like a hot coral with a shimmer. These are $30. I do like the Nars blushes. I've tried out this one, which this color isn't the best for me, especially right now. I think it would probably look better on a deeper skin tone, or maybe when I have my summer tan back in full swing. It's a little bit bright and a little bit too shimmery for my personal liking, but I do like the Nars blush formula. I like the Impassioned blush, and I have another blush that I got for being a VIB Rouge as well. I do like the formulas. I like the size of them. I think they're really nice. I like that they have a mirror, so I would recommend the Nars blushes if you're interested in that. So next up, I have the highlighter from the collection, and I know a lot of people were very excited over this highlighter, myself included. It is called Double Take. It definitely gave me a double take when I opened it. So this is what the highlighter looks like. Again, it's very, very large, and you do get a big mirror in there too. I will insert a close-up of it and some swatches. It has like some lips on it, which I think is very cool. This one is $42 for the highlight, which is definitely very expensive. I mean, you are getting a lot of product, you are getting nice packaging, you are getting a mirror, which is all fantastic, but it's really hard. $42. I mean, I bought that entire Becca palette for $54 and got all those different shades, you know, that I'll probably never go through in my life. And unfortunately for me, the highlight fell a little bit short. It still is really pretty, and it still looks nice on the skin, but it just takes me a while to build it up. And I guess I'm just someone who, like, when I want to do like 2 swipes of highlight and be like, bam, there's my highlight. This one doesn't really do that. You do have to use a really dense brush and really pack it on. I suggest something like the Sigma FO3 for applying this one, but it just didn't give the full impact. It takes me a while. I really have to work to get it off. Even in the swatch that I did, again, I was trying to build it up as best as I could so you could really see what the color looks like and things like that, but I would not be able to recommend it for $42. I think that's just too expensive, and I think you just have to work too hard unless you're someone who likes a lighter highlight and you think that you would like that, then I would say go for it. But if you really like the pop and highlights, I think you're gonna have to work too hard for your $42 for this one. And then I realized that when I was doing my swatches earlier, I did not include this one. So I do apologize for that. It's been sitting on my desk because I've been using it so much. So I didn't have it in the regular pile of my review pile that I had going on. This is called the Veil Face Palette, and I really like this one. Like I said, it was sitting out right next to me so I can remember to keep using it. I actually really do enjoy this one. We have the Laguna bronzer in here, the Lovesick blush, and then the Surreal highlighter. I think the highlighter in this one is much better than the Double Take one. This one is $49. You're getting 3 different shades, you're getting a mirror, you're getting really nice packaging. I will go ahead and do some swatches here so you can see what they look like. Laguna is a pretty popular bronzer from Nars, and then the blush is called Lovesick. It's a really pretty, almost like a like a watermelon blush. I quite liked it actually. It's not too bright on me. And then look at that highlight. It's really, really pretty, the Surreal highlight. I recommend this one over just purchasing the Double Take highlighter. I do really enjoy face palettes. If you're someone like me who you do enjoy the face palettes, you want to try a variety of different products from Nars. I think the $49 is worth it for this palette. I've been really getting a lot of use out of it. I quite like this one. We're almost done, nearing the end, but next up I have the new eyeshadow palette from Kat Von D. This is the Saint and Sinner eyeshadow palette. This is the other item that my friend Liv sent me, and I'm really glad that she did because I had talked myself out of buying this palette. I thought it was just a little bit too overwhelming. I didn't quite get it because I don't have that artistic creativity that a lot of other YouTubers and makeup artists do. I'm not a makeup artist. I just enjoy makeup and talking about it. I didn't think I would be able to really put looks together because when you look at this, I feel like if you're like me, you probably get a little bit overwhelmed. And how it's broken down is we have the Saint side over here and we have the Sinner side over here. This is also a $62 eyeshadow palette, so it is very, very pricey. You are getting a ton of different shades and a huge variety. And then obviously the packaging is just like sick and there are mirrors on both ends. But I have to say, I keep reaching for this palette. I am really having no problems creating looks. I love that there's the matte white shade, which is called Amen. That's like the first shade I put all over my eyes. A lot of palettes skip over that. We have our, it's kind of like a camel brown, but I use that as my transition. That's what I use as my first shade, my crease shade today. You have deeper shades, you have shimmers, you have some more glitters in here. Not every shadow in here, I will say, is an absolute hit. I did use Rapture the other day. It had a lot of fallout and it basically was more glittery than anything. I was wearing this palette in my recent Will I Buy It video and I felt like I made the look work, but Rapture definitely got glitter all over the palette, all over my face, and it just wasn't quite as like of an oomph as I thought it was going to be, but I still like how the look came out. I know that I used Sacred Heart in there and also Rosary. Again, I should have an Instagram tutorial up or up soon with that pink look that I did on my Instagram, so I'll have it linked if it's already up. In my holiday giveaway video, I'm also wearing this palette and I have this cathedral all over my lid and I thought it was so pretty. I loved that kind of darker, smokier look. There's only a few misses in here. These top two are just more glittery than anything, which isn't totally my style. The olive in here, which is called Immaculate, I used that shade in my Trying It New Holiday Makeup video where I used this palette and I was obsessed with the olive. This kind of like lime green over here, I'm not really sure how much I'm going to use out of that one. And then I think it was Crucifix right here. That shade is kind of a bit of a letdown. It didn't swatch well and it doesn't look super good on the eyes. And then Baptism also is just like kind of really lacking. But like this gold, this red over here, this blue is absolutely popping. This teal is beautiful. There's definitely more hits in here than there is misses, but I just noticed that not every single shade like totally knocks it out of the park, but the majority of them do. I've been creating a lot of different looks with it. I've really been enjoying it. If you think that you can create beautiful looks from it, you see some shades in here that are your jam, I'm gonna have to recommend it. I really am, because I've been using this way more than I thought I was going to. And the thing with me is that, you know, I thought I wasn't going to be able to create a lot with it, but I still have so many different looks in here. After swatching the shades, after playing around with a few of them on my eyes, now I have so many more looks in mind that I want to create with this palette, and I'm excited to keep playing with it. So thank you, Liv. You changed my mind. I really did not expect to get on with this palette as much as I do, but I have to say that I would recommend the Kat Von D Saint and Sinner. The last brand I want to talk about is Urban Decay. I did receive their heavy metal holiday collection in PR, which I was so shocked about, which was there when I opened up the box, and I just like kind of lost myself for a minute. It was so crazy, but I do have a couple items to review. They did also send me the lip palette, but I'm just not a fan of lip palettes, so that one is in my holiday giveaway as well. But I do have the eyeshadow palette, which I did put in a holiday video, and I talked myself out of it because I said it's an all shimmer palette. I don't really tend to gravitate towards all shimmer palettes. Didn't think I'd be able to get a lot of use out of it, but since they did send it to me, I was able to try it out, and now I can give you my thoughts. It is a $55 eyeshadow palette, which is quite expensive, and what you do is you kind of have to press the one side in, and then it slides out. So packaging is not my favorite, but I like how the layout kind of is more of like the cooler tones over here and the warmer tones over here. I get it. I do like that it has a mirror. I think that's cool, but packaging just a little bit on the different side. So what I have seen with this palette, I have been playing with this so much. I've been trying it so much. I should have the Instagram makeup tutorials up. I've worn this in quite a few videos. My eyeshadow palette collection I know is probably my most recent, where I'm wearing this eyeshadow palette. I also have like a cranberry look that I did recently in a video. That's with this palette as well. I will say that these shadows are really, really good. And if you love these types of shadows, you love the shimmers, then this honestly I think would be a really good palette. I do have Scream all over my lid today, and then I also have some Angel Fire on my inner corner as well. I will say that I have been able to create more looks than I thought I was going to with this, because I'm someone who I have that thought of I always have to go in with a matte, and I really don't. The first time that I used this, I think, is when I did the cranberry shade, or maybe it was an all purple shade. I've done quite a few looks with this one, both for on camera and off camera. But I like to create a lot of halo eyes with these shimmer shades, and I feel like it's going really well for me. That way I don't have to use any mattes. So that's what I've been doing the most for this palette, and I've actually been getting more use out of it than I thought. The shades are super, super nice, very pigmented. It is a very pretty palette. I still don't know if I would purchase it myself, being that it's $55 in a limited edition palette, because I like to have something that is a little bit more all-inclusive, like the Kat Von D, where I do have the choice between matte, shimmers, and glitters. But I have to say, if this is your thing, this is a really, really nice eyeshadow palette. I would recommend it if it's something that you think you would get a lot of use out of. And then also in the collection that they sent over their heavy metal glitter liners. So they already have these out, but they released a couple of new shades. I think it was 6 new shades for the holidays. These are $20 a piece for glitters. I have used the glitters in the past. I had Midnight Cowboy, which came in a Sephora favorite set, and it's a fantastic glitter. I have recommended that one quite a bit. It is a gold. They did send it to me in this one, but since I already have it, that one is also in my holiday giveaway. I do a couple swatches in the video. I have, in the order that I have them swatched, is a Distortion, and then Glam Rock, which is also what I have the glitter portion on my eyes, and then AC/DC, and then also Spandex. That is what I show swatched in there. I've been using so many of these, but I feel like I shouldn't keep every single glitter, so I didn't want to swatch all of them, because I feel like I can give more away, but I kind of want to keep all of them because these are such good glitters. I mean, I like them to do this kind of, not cut crease, but you know, I don't know, this kind of like glitter liner thing that I got going on today. I've done it a couple other times too. I put it all over my eyes and looks. It's just a really, really nice glitter, and it doesn't burn my eyes, it doesn't sting my eyes. I do have problems with that with some other glitters, but these ones are actually really, really good. I love all the different shades in them. I think they are so pretty. I haven't found one yet that I would not be able to recommend. I think they're really cool. So for $20, you could get yourself a glitter liner if you're interested. But yeah, these are also really good. One of my favorite high-end glitters that I would recommend. Alright guys, so that is everything for my holiday makeup releases, reviews, and swatches, and my thoughts on them. I know this was a longer video, but again, I took that poll on Snapchat and you told me you wanted to see one big video, so that is what I did today. Thank you to everyone on my Snapchat who did vote, because I really wasn't sure what to do, so I appreciate the feedback so much. I truly hope that you found this video helpful. My reviews, the swatches on everything, I hope that you found it helpful or entertaining in some way. I will have everything listed and linked down below, as I always do. And of course, if you guys did find this video helpful, I hope that you will give it a thumbs up. I hope that you will also consider subscribing before you go, and I will catch you guys in tomorrow's video.